cloudy, foggy head, feeling lethargic, um, not being able to function mentally in the way that I know how, not being able to function physically in the way that I know how, um, low mood, um, a craving to eat foods which I wouldn't normally eat. So high sugary foods, high carby foods, that type of thing. Um, these are just some of the effects of alcohol for me as a person. Um, and it'll be 2 years in July 2023 that I'm sober. And I'm proud to say that. But this video is really just to sort of highlight why alcohol doesn't work for me. Obviously, you can do whatever you want to do, and that's cool, and that's fine. Alcohol for me, as an endurance athlete, does not work. For me, as a human being, it just does not work. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So, you know, I would drink at the weekend, socialising, think nothing of it, and sometimes during the week, think nothing of it. And it was very much a social activity, and a lot of it was driven through social activities. Um, and I train in the way that I train now when I was drinking as well. And looking back on it, I would say my recovery was a lot slower. I definitely couldn't focus in the same way that I can focus now. I didn't feel as in tune with me. I didn't feel as in touch with me. I'd probably say my emotions were very much numbed. Sometimes those thoughts, my goodness me, those thoughts would be very, let's just say, negative thoughts. And this could be invariably the after effects of, having that drink. It's kind of like the day after, the night before, so to speak. And we've all heard of being hungover. Sure, we've all experienced that. But what I'm talking about is, I'm talking about the effects the next day and the day after and the day after that. And maybe even that whole 72-hour thing of coming out of it and just feeling like my head's gone above the clouds and I all of a sudden feel more like me. So it really lingered on for me. And I'm talking small volumes of alcohol as well. So it just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. There's a lot of science, obviously, behind alcohol and how it affects the body. The body actually treats alcohol as a poison. But I'll cover more on this another time. Okay. The hardest part for me was probably, it was the people around me, the people in my social network. Yeah, I could feel it. It's almost like I had to go into explanation mode every time we got together. Are you on a drink? Why aren't you drinking? Oh, just have a cheeky one. Um, and knowing that that is something that I would have to deal with each time I was going out, I suppose for me, it made the process of going out with certain people and certain groups and certain parts of a social network almost a bit of a mental challenge before I even got out to see the people that actually, do you know what? I like these people. So that was a big challenge for me in the beginning. Um, of course, as time goes on, time meaning um, weeks, months, etc., of telling people that for me, this isn't something that features in my life. Alcohol, drinking alcohol, they kind of get used to it, I suppose. And I'd probably say it's more of a reflection piece on them. It's a bit like putting a mirror up. So it's how you fit into your circle with them. It's how it reflects back on them. And what I mean by that is there were a lot of people that either stopped drinking themselves because for whatever reason they were inspired, or there was some distance put in play because, I don't know, maybe they thought I was boring or something like that. In fact, I think a few of those comments featured. Um, but you do realise, as I realise, that that has nothing to do with me. That is more, that's about them. And that is about how that's affecting them. And you know what? That's the tough part because can't do anything about it. Making making a life decision to stop drinking alcohol and say, right, I don't want to drink alcohol, and understand why I don't want to drink alcohol. It is a big move in society, because drinking alcohol is such a big social part of the cultures that we move amongst, that we live amongst. If you think about it now, when there are celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, congratulations, alcohol's involved. When there are sad situations, funerals, there's alcohol involved. So when people are excited, alcohol's involved. When people are depressed, alcohol's involved. It plays a big part in our society,